jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
First in the building. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. First in the MF building. Big blunts and boxing on deck. Comeback was good. What's good with the blunt? Salute to the GOAT on deck. You already know, man. Big shout out to those who pulling up. Big shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. A-side. A-side official. Yes, sir. You already know. WCS back with another one. If you haven't heard the news, I'm going to give you the unbreaking news. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be something. Unbreaking. People want to break stuff all the time. Unbreaking. This is not going to be the first that you hear it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's information out there about Brian Bomac McIntyre, who is the champion trainer of Terrence Bud Crawford, was picked up over there in Manchester at the airport for a weapons violation. As you already know, in any place, it is absolutely against the law to have firearms on your persons in the luggage, especially when you're going through TSA. Not only that, but loaded. Check this out. Revealed that premier boxing trainer was arrested. Premier boxing trainer. That don't mean he's working with PBC. He's just talking about champion training. Premier boxing trainer was arrested Sunday morning in Terminal 2 departure lounge while awaiting an international flight to Atlanta. So he was on his way to the A, which is one of the biggest airports in the world. And they definitely don't play about weapons violations. You know what I'm saying? They don't. Not down here. I'm just saying. And it said the weapon was allegedly discovered through the airport baggage scan. Greater Manchester police officials then reportedly arrested McIntyre. At around 10:45 a.m. on Sunday, the 3rd, September 2023, officers were called to report of a possible firearm being found in hold luggage by airport staff at Manchester Airport. A spokesperson said in a statement made available to the public on Monday, after initial inspection by security staff, GMP officers attended and the firearm was seized. Subsequently, a 53-year-old man was arrested for possession of a firearm, was taken to the custody for further questioning. Brian McIntyre from the United States of America was charged with possession of a firearm and possession of ammunition for a firearm without a certificate. Okay? So, it is a way that you can travel to certain places with a firearm, long as it's in the approved case, you know what I'm saying? Unloaded, locked, and secured. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has different laws on transporting firearms. but I'm pretty sure you can't transfer firearms from the state over to the UK. They said McIntyre attended Stockport Magistrate Court this morning, where he was further remanded into custody. He is due to appear in Manchester Crown Court on Monday, on the 9th of October. McIntyre was in country to lead on the corner of Chris Eubanks, who stopped Liverpool. So they're basically saying that he is next due to appear at Manchester Court in the 9th of October, which that's over a month from now. So when they talk about further remanded into custody, if he has to stay in there a month, I mean, that's going to be, effed up for a lot of reasons. Got a business to run and everything, and plus being over in a different country for that long period of time, on the weapons charge, waiting to see, what happens. I don't know how this is going to play out, but like my thumbnail said, this is not the first time this has happened, but I want the brother to return back safely. You know what I'm saying? I knew when you go overseas, being that I've been over in different countries, and I know how strict their firearm regulations are, and I've seen a lot of people get, get in some serious trouble, but I don't know exactly how this is going to play out for Bomac, real talk. Because if he had to stay over there for a full month, I don't think they're going to be providing him with any special privileges just because of who he is and the fight that he just left. Now, hopefully he has some connections over there enough that, he can return home. If anybody hear anything while I'm on live, I haven't heard anything about him returning back to the US of A. But if he returns back to the US, out of country, it'll be quite difficult for him to, return back over there. He's gonna have to pay for a flight to go back over there. Plus, in reality, it's something that he wouldn't have to do. I mean, they can probably put a warrant out or whatever, and if he ever returns back to the UK, but I'm pretty sure with Bomac planning on extending his training efforts to fighters, especially like Eubanks having fights over there in the UK, he wants that open entry. You know what I'm saying? He wants that gateway to return back over to the UK and coach fighters across the pond. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? It's good exposure, all of that shit. But in the reality of it all, I'm saying, I can't say why he would have a weapon in his suitcase. It can be many of things. I'm not here trying to run you a 9-line of, bullet points on what I think happened, because I don't know what happened. He's always on the move, grab the suitcase or whatever. But in Omaha, it is one of the states where you can carry, just like Georgia. You don't have to have a permit. It's open. It's open-ended now. You can carry over there in Omaha just like you carry in multiple other states that's authorized for people to carry firearms. But when you're traveling, I'm not gonna lie to you. When you're traveling, it's different. You walk up in Atlanta airport and you have a firearm in your luggage, they definitely gonna detain your ass. You're definitely getting detained, and they're gonna question you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain rules now. You can walk up in the airport with a firearm. You can wait for your family. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you waiting for, friend, family, in the airport, you can. And look, it may look dumb, but you know what I'm saying? The laws, just going off like what looks bad, vice what is bad. All right. What looks bad is you in the airport with a firearm. You know what I'm saying? What is bad is when other people that don't know the law see you over there with a firearm and try to make it seem like you're doing more than what you are. That's happened down here in Atlanta, the ATL. You know what I'm saying? That's happened down here before. People don't know the law. I even have a video of it happening to me. I went in the airport, but I was at a school, outside the school. And I have the whole incident on video. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't arrested. I knew the law. But other people, you can't forget, I'm in Georgia now. Other people felt that they wanted to make a big deal out of it. And they wanted to make it seem like that a brother was up there doing something he wasn't supposed to do. So I get like 10 law enforcement officers going up there, and then the situation's already under control. And then you have some law enforcement coming up there just making it bigger than what it is while the stuff is already under control. You know what I'm saying? But only thing I'm saying in this particular case, you're traveling with a firearm. You should know better, period. You should check your luggage. And then, like I told somebody, as long as you was over there, you had to go into your suitcase at least about 4 times. You know what I'm saying? At least about 4 times. As long as you was over there, you had to check your suitcase, and at least about 4 times. But I wish the brother nothing but a safe return back to the crib, bro. Because if he has to stay over there for a full month and confined over there in Manchester, man, that's gonna suck. I ain't gonna lie. That's gonna suck, because anybody taking outside the natural freedom for which they're used to in their everyday life, and also if you have a business to run, yeah, it's gonna suck. Real talk, it's gonna suck. So I don't know if he's gonna have any type of connections over there, but they're talking about he has to see the judge October 9th. What? Did I read that right? Did I read that right? You know what I'm saying? Jeez. October 9th. That's a long ass time, shawty. It goes on to say McIntyre attended Stockport Magistrate Court this morning, where he was further remanded into custody. He is next due to appear in Manchester Crown Court on Monday, 9th of October. That's what it reads, y'all. 9th October 2023. So does he have to stay over there for a full month? Because that's a big deal now. Any airport, you just can't walk through the airport with a weapon in your luggage now. The maximum penalty for possession of a concealed weapon is 5 years, according to the sections 1 and 2 of the UK Firearm Act 1968. The maximum penalty under section 5 of the same act is 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Well, wish that brother safe return there, Brian. You know what I'm saying? That's unfortunate. But you got to check your bag, especially if you traveling abroad. You got to check it, bro. You got to check it, man. Let me get to the chat right quick. Big shout out. Good morning to everybody that's on deck. Yeah, man, you got to check your luggage, man. You got to do it once or twice or 3 times or 4 or 5 times over when you're traveling out of country. You have to, man. You have to get that shit right, bro. Especially when it comes to firearms. You know what I'm saying? You're going through, you definitely, you're going through different TSAs and stuff like that. Hey, man. Samuel, what's good? Samuel in the building. Salute WCS. Salute to your brother. Carlos Rosado in the building. What's good with it, Carlos? Good morning. Salute. WCS, salute, fellas. Blunt said they don't set him up. I don't know about that, but come on, man. You had to see something. Hopefully, if the gun is registered to him, that's his weapon. So he might have just had it in a suitcase, a different suitcase, traveling in country. You know what I'm saying? Traveling in country and traveling with a firearm. You know what I'm saying? Might have been a suitcase he had that he was driving to one place, point A to point B. You know what I'm saying? Getting the benefit of the doubt. Yo, WTF happened here with Bomac. It was a setup. I'm not going to go with the setup. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go with the setup per se. Unless he don't have any idea that the weapon was in his luggage, because he had to go in his luggage while he was over there in the UK. So therefore, unless he had one of those big ass suitcases that had 50 different compartments in it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how you could have seen, because I go through my entire suitcase when I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So if the weapon isn't his, and his fingerprints ain't on it, and stuff like that, then we have a whole nother court. We have a whole nother argument, rather, once he gets to court, the 9th of October. We have a whole nother argument. If he never touched the weapon and the prints ain't on the weapons, yeah, it could potentially be a setup. But like I said before, man, if that weapon wasn't in his suitcase prior to going to the airport, then yeah, somebody might have tried to goddamn stick him one. We'll see how it plays out in the coming weeks. Shout out to Haynes Legacy in the building. What's good with it, Haynes? Salute to your brother. Hope all is well with the fam, bro. They trying to get him banned from the UK. I don't know, man. Why him specifically if he's not a frequent flyer over at the UK? Yeah, he got Eubanks over there. Eubanks just fought. You know what I'm saying? But you have to look at it like this. You know, Australia has some very tough laws, and they compromise. You know what I'm saying? They was able to lift and make some leeway, you know, for Bill Haney to come over there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, every country is different, bro. Every country is different. For real. Man, y'all up here talking about Bomac on his job, Morant, man. Come on, man. Y'all are on that time this morning, bro. For real. This is a holiday, and y'all up here acting like you already goddamn been firing up this morning, man, and tilting. Y'all act like y'all on that tilt mode already, man. Goddamn, you've been throwing back some. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been tilting early in the morning. They say they on his job, Morant, man. Morant was over here, goddamn, making videos and shit with weapons which violated or went against the NBA policy. He was a repeat offender in that nature. This is much more serious. Come on. We're talking about state. We're talking about country. We're talking about laws that affect the entire country. You travel from point to point with a firearm in your luggage, you know, based off, you know, what happened September 11th. It's just rules that's in place that applies to us citizens, bro. You know what I'm saying? We can't violate them gun rules, man. They intense. They will snatch your ass up and be like, what were you thinking? Because somebody get on a goddamn plane with a freaking weapon, bro. TSA, the people who's at TSA that's supposed to scan and check that shit is gonna get taken in and arrested. The person who had the weapon is gonna get arrested. It's gonna be crucial. A lot of heads gonna roll, as they said in the military. A lot of heads gonna roll, dog. Shout out to Town Biz Sports and Entertainment. What's good with the town? This is very suspect. Why would Bomac try to sneak guns through the airport? True words. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, town, if his prints are not on the weapon or anything like that, it's going to be extremely difficult to prove that man attempted to do something as stupid as transport weapons from point A to B. And we're talking about leaving one country to another country. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been good. It wouldn't have. I'm saying it wouldn't have been good. Everything about that would have been unhealthy, you know, if it was intentional. But I can imagine, you know, me going through the airport. If I know I check my luggage once over and they come to me, you got a weapon in there, I'm gonna be shocked. I'm gonna be like, hell no, not me. But if that weapon has my prints and shit on it, it ain't nothing I can do. You know what I'm saying? If that weapon is mine, if it's registered to me. But man, like I said, I hope a safe return, because that ain't nothing to play with in these other countries, man. I know several people that have went to other countries when I was in the military and fucked up, and they was confined. They had to stay over there in the military, right? When you get in trouble in another country, according to the severity of it, you have to stay over there for a certain period of time, and then you return. But the bad thing about it is like double jeopardy. If the military can work it out, they'll say we'll handle them over, in the military side, the UCMJ, we'll take care of it. But sometimes, just like that guy that service member that ran across into North Korea, he's probably going to get dealt with over there. And then when he leaves there, he's going to have to get dealt with over here in the U.S. military for being a deserter. It's double jeopardy. It's fucked up, man. He has no way out. It don't matter what happens. You know what I'm saying? What punishment he receives over there in North Korea or not. He still got to deal with deserting in the first place. He deserted the U.S. military. So all this time that he's over there confined in North Korea, that's tallying. Those days are accumulating over here once he returned. It's all bad. So, Bomac, man, hopefully everything work out for him. I don't know if anybody would look at this and say, I can see why he did what he did. No, not through the airport, bro. Not through the airport, man. You got to stay in jail. Look, Samuel, that's a good question. You say, how did he take the gun there in the first place? Absolutely. That's what we all want to know. Inquiring minds want to know, how did it even get there in the first place? Was it there in a suitcase previously? Because I know people who travel on PJs. They travel with weapons. They've been known to have weapons on PJs sometime. But you know what I'm saying? Like, how did it get over there in the first place? If that weapon popped up while he was on that side, then yeah, it's a setup. Something happened. It's not good. You know what I'm saying? It's not looking good. Real talk. I mean, how can you leave the States, go across the pond, and nothing happens? But after the fight, you're headed home and you get picked up with one in your luggage. I mean, how did they get over there? How did they go through TSA? I'm pretty sure they're looking into that right as we speak. I'm pretty sure it's a big deal. I'm pretty sure Bomac is not loving life over there. And then if he has to stay over there to the 9th of October, that sucks, man. You're gonna stay a whole month plus in confinement. That sucks. I'm not even trying to hold you on that. It's nothing good that you're gonna get from that. You gotta wait that long. Damn. You got to stay in jail for over a month. Damn. That's crazy, man. Chris Eubanks has to come to the U.S. to fight now. He said he'd been wanting to come. Hey, shout out to Cam Atwood on deck, man. Salute to the apostle. Hey, Cam, he said he want to come to the U.S. to fight. You know what I'm saying? But that don't stop the rain, though. For real. Like Eubanks, he can come over here according, but, he ain't in topic. But I'm just saying, like, he can come over here. He was over here training anyway and get a fight over here. It's up to him. But I think Bomac is going to be, if this holds up, I think he's going to be banned from going over to the UK with a gun charge. It all depends, man. I think he's going to be banned. Why wouldn't they ban him for bringing a firearm over into another country? That's steep. Yeah, we need to wait till Bomac is available for comment before we rush to judgment. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. How was he caught coming home with the gun but not arriving? That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what Samuel was saying too. How can it how was he able to get the gun over there in the first place? That is the very complex part of this. That's the funny dunny. You know what I'm saying? The slimy grimy. Like, how was the weapon able to make it there to the UK if it was in his luggage? And if it wasn't in his luggage, they're gonna have to determine that it's nothing to prove that this is his weapon due to his prints not being on and stuff like that. But they found ammo to the weapon and everything like that. So I don't know, man. This is gonna play out. This is gonna play out. This is not good. This is a stiff charge. Real talk. This is a stiff charge, man. And I think everybody need to learn how to travel with the weapon, even in country, in the U.S. You definitely need to know how and what laws are afforded to you from traveling state to state. Just because you're in the wild, wild west and you live in a state where the gun laws are open-ended, that doesn't mean you can just get in your vehicle and go to a whole nother state and they have the same gun laws. And you can tell them, hey, I got my permit in GA. I'm good. No. You know what I'm saying? Some of them have neighboring type of jurisdiction. But yeah, you still got to do your research, bro. My question is, who did the gun belong and how did he get it there in the first place is a big, big question mark. Nebraska's open carry where you don't need a permit. Yeah, absolutely. The same as GA. You don't need a permit. But also, you know what I'm saying, if he was traveling from point to point in country, you know what I'm saying, internal to the US, I can see if that is indeed the case. But also when you go traveling out of country, naturally, you should check your suitcase. I'm not saying everybody is the same, like, you know, run and go, hurry up and get your suitcase and take it to the place. Even if he packed this suitcase, we don't know if he packed this suitcase or not. We don't know. We don't know if he packed this suitcase. Somebody else might have packed his luggage for him. But the weird part about this is the fact that it made it over there. His luggage. It is his luggage. Made it over there to the UK just fine. But on the way back, a piece of luggage that he's been in and out while he was over in the UK, all of a sudden he goes back through TSA, leaving for a flight to Atlanta, and a weapon is there, you know, just beaming, hey, how you doing? No, I don't think that's the way it works. He had to look. If it was me, I know I would have seen that shit. I would have seen that shit when I was over there. Maybe it slipped in between one of the rows. Oh my God, Bruce, man. Damn, let me see, Bruce. Is that Bruce? Damn, Bruce going in on Bomac. I know one thing, you better get to Jackson Hatfield 3.5 hours before your flight leave, or you ain't gonna make it. Oh, Jackson Hartfield? Yeah, absolutely. 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 You better look, if you passing through, you good. But if you're leaving Hartsfield International, yeah, you definitely better get there 3 hours. And especially if it's holiday and you traveling holiday, that TSA, man, that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Salute chat fam. Salute WCS. Fresh off the family cruise, ready for the hot grease. Hey, shout out to Stickin' Boys Fishing and Sports, man. Salute to you in the building. It's good y'all made it through that family, you know, family cruise and everything. That's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. That's always good. It's always good, man. I wonder where y'all went. I mean, you know, some people say they went on a family cruise and they went down to the local pond and got there and did a couple of fishing and went on a canoe ride that takes about 10 minutes tops and go from one side of the pond to the next. So were y'all on a family cruise, you know what I'm saying, like a big ship, you know what I'm saying, cruise liner or whatever, and with all the fixings, amenities, you know what I'm saying? Where y'all end up going to, bro? Jackson Hartfield is the busiest airport in the country. Yes, sir. And it's a lot that goes on there, man. You want to show up there at the last minute and think you're going to jump TSA line. People be throwing hands up in there. People are saying it's an automatic 5 years being caught with the gun in the UK, registered or not. That's what it says. That's what I read. You know, that's what I read from this article right here. You know what I'm saying? And that's not good news. You know what I'm saying? That's not good news at all. They say the maximum penalty of possession of a concealed weapon is 5 years, according to sections 1 and 2 of the UK Firearms Act 1968. The maximum penalty under Section 5 of the same act is 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much what I'm looking at is them determining if it's his weapon. That's all I'm saying. Is this his weapon? You know what I'm saying? Never should be in that predicament. Unfortunate situation, free Bomac. Shout out to Key on deck. See Blunt's in his holiday spirit. Blunt's up here talking about he at the Mac 10. See, I say they the hottest chat in the game, and they come up here spitting fire this morning. I want Bomac to have a safe return, man. Real talk. I am not playing around with this, but I can understand why some people may be making light of this. But I want the man, you know, the brother, not to be locked up in somebody else's country. First of all, that shit is not where you want to be. And also the severity of that charge that he has going on right now definitely is not going to be nice. You know what I'm saying? They don't care how much celebrity you are. I mean, that's a stiff penalty if you don't have the connect. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Bomac has to connect, man. They can make some phone calls and get him from over there. Real talk. Hopefully it's not his weapon. But, you know, me hoping is not the hope that he has balancing out his fate. If they saying the man got to go to court on the 9th of October, I don't know if that shit stick. That means it's enough there for them to say, okay, this is his weapon. You know what I'm saying? That's the fucked up part about it, bro. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I hope the brother make it home, man, because he does have family over here. You know what I'm saying? The U.S. with his friends, family, all that shit, man. You ain't never trying to be in nobody else's backyard, man, locked up and confined. Hell no. Hell no. Damn, this is an unfortunate situation. I hope Bomac isn't this clumsy. I don't know if it has to do with clumsy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it clumsy being that the weapon made it over there and the weapon was identified or not? How's it clumsy? Like, clumsy is showing up to Atlanta airport with a loaded weapon and you're walking through TSA and you got a loaded weapon in your check-on baggage. You know what I'm saying? You got a loaded weapon in your check-on baggage. And you're up there wondering why you got 15 motherfuckers around you. Say, hey, can you come with us for a second? For what? I got to catch a flight. Sir, can you come with us for a second? We want to talk to you about something. Well, let me get my bag. We already have your bag. That's the reason why we want to talk to you, okay? Now, if we have to keep on asking you, it's gonna be a little bit more a bigger situation you got to deal with, okay? All right. Can I get some coffee before I go back there? This nigga think we playing. That's when you roll through the A. The A's, dog. You walk it's been plenty celebrities, as you heard, that walk up to the A with weapons in their luggage, man. You even had one of them tried to flee. You know what I'm saying? You even had one of them trying to flee the airport, man. They tried to run. They left the weapon there and fled, man. We had some strange occurrences happen in Atlanta Hartsfield, bro. The Outlaw Pugilist, salute WCS and salute to the chat. Shout out to you, brother. On deck. This is crazy. There's no way I believe Bomac brought a gun to the UK. I don't believe it either, man. Like, how can you be over there with that luggage all that time and then you leave to go to Atlanta? You leave to go catch a flight out of Manchester and they have a gun on you. No, bro, I'm not. I need more info, man. I need to know it was in his possession. It was his weapon and in a compartment that he didn't go in the whole time. I don't know, man. I don't see him being that naive, that reckless. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him being that. How many times have you traveled out of the country, man? He knows this. How long he's been living in Omaha? Why hasn't this happened before? It's just so many questions to put on this timeline. The fact that he made it over there with his luggage, but coming back, he has a weapon in his luggage. No, man, I don't know, man. I need a whole lot more info. And look, I'm pretty sure more and more will come out. More and more is gonna come out, y'all. But Outlaw said he must have forgotten it was there. How did it get over there though? That's the bit of urgency that I need to know. How? Once the checked baggage belt hit the conveyor belt, ain't no telling who put hands on that. Yeah. But you have to look at it like this too. Aren't you able to lock your luggage now? I know you can lock your luggage. I know mine is locked. But like you said, no telling who put hands on it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna figure it out. UK don't play with firearms. I live in Manchester. Damn. I mean, just the whole point of him staying over there for a whole month, that's gonna be unreal. And then whatever they're gonna say in court, you know, it really don't have nothing to do with how much a celebrity you are and what you did in life. I mean, gun charges are big, especially in other countries. When you're transporting, definitely in other countries, especially since 9/11 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? In the US, man, especially 9/11, man, they're stiff. There's stiff penalties on that shit. Very stiff penalties. They just don't make any sense. It don't, man. That's why, you know, Town, we gotta find out, because I know, man. I do it once, so I mean, I check my luggage all the time, man. So if it's a pistol they present to me that's not my motherfucking pistol, I'm gonna be like adamant about that shit. Live it. I'm gonna be like, that ain't my shit, man. That's not my shit, and I ain't never trying to go through that. That ain't my shit, man. That's not me. You find the person who put it in there, but that's not mine. He definitely won't be available in time to get Bud properly prepared for the Spence rematch. I mean, I'm pretty sure they can delay that Town, but you do make a good point. He is an intricate part of the team, but I'm looking at it like, okay, it's a lot of information that we don't have, and maybe it'll come out in the wash, so to speak, in the upcoming weeks. Maybe it'll come up that wasn't his weapon. If that was his weapon and he was over there with that suitcase for the length of time he was, I don't know. It's just extremely complex, man. Like, it's some areas that we are unprivy, you know, like we're not privy to. We wasn't there. We don't have the itinerary. We don't know his movement. I'm pretty sure they interrogated the shit out of him already, you know, from the time they picked him up and put him back there. And he started finding out, like, hey, this is what we see in your luggage and all this other stuff. Yeah, man, that shit, it sucked, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been arrested in a foreign country, in South Korea. You know what I'm saying? Breaking curfew, being at a club, me and some other people being at a club. It wasn't no arrest like this per se, but it was like, you know, we have a curfew over here and y'all violating curfew. But I paid attention. I paid attention to my surroundings over there. You know what I'm saying? When they let certain people, you know what I'm saying, up out of there, I say, where are they going? I'm trying to go where they going. Oh, well, man, I say, you said nobody was leaving because we broke curfew until this is taken care of and all that. But those two people are leaving. Then that's when I had to say, no, we're leaving too. You're not gonna make a side deal with them and then say they're gonna leave and then we're gonna be here until you get in contact with. No, I'm leaving with them and my people that I came up here. We're leaving. And this happened in South Korea, real talk. And I talked to us. I said, man, I was paying attention to everything. I paid attention to every freaking person that was with me, and I looked at all the Americans that was being held down at the station. So therefore, I'm looking at the movement of who's coming in and out. All the bathroom was in the building. So when I see these two people up there talking to this and that, I already peeped it out. I already knew they was officers. I already knew. So when they looked around and all that other shit and dipped out, I said, "Hey, we're going. Where they going? I'm headed back. I'm taking my people with me too. I'm about to drive back because we was over there on the ops. You know what I'm saying? We was on there on a deployment operation. So I say, we leaving. At first he tried to say, no. I say, yeah, we leaving. They just left. We leaving too. Me and my troops are leaving. We headed back. If nobody wouldn't been paying attention, we would have been over there wasting time until the AM while they tried to hustle and bustle and goddamn get you to come out the pocket with some money to get you out of that station. You know what I'm saying? You would have had to come out the pocket. They always had these little side deals or whatever in them countries, especially with military. They always feel like military got money on them. No, we don't. But those are good old days, though. Hey, that club over there, it was worth it at that time. It was worth it to break curfew. I ain't gonna lie, dog. Lennon Arthur said, how did we get it in the UK? He will be back right in time for training camp for the rematch. I mean, I just hope the brother make it back safely to the point where he's not stuck with that charge, because any coach definitely, with everything that's going on with Crawford, and Stephen Nelson, the whole team over there, just the shine that they've been getting. I'm pretty sure there's going to be other fighters that stop through B&B and want Bomac to train them and shit. He don't want that ban over there. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to be excluded or prohibited from going back over to the UK and coaching a fighter. Carlos say I'm loaded. Not if he don't get released. I know. If he don't get released, he ain't gonna be back in time for nothing. Like, this is the whole deal, y'all. We definitely have to pay attention to not jump into judgment. But on the surface, it looks bad. But it's a lot of information that we don't know about because we're on the outside looking in, man. We trying to peel back the layers too. So I'm telling you what I would do if I was you. I would pay attention to UK media. Tune in to UK media, their local media over there. That's what I would suggest you do. Instead of scanning around on the YTC waiting for information to drop, pay attention to UK media. Maybe they close to the situation. It's a lot of people over in the UK that knows Bomac. I'm pretty sure the phones are ringing. I'm pretty sure lines are open, communications being passed back and forth. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're dealing with their government. You're dealing with their laws. You're dealing with their law enforcement, man. That shit ain't going to be nice, bro. I've always felt that there's an agenda against the Eubanks in the UK. Not one of the UK pundits picked him to win. They all thought he was finished. They got it horribly wrong. I mean, hey, man, I don't get into that perspective of it. Like with Eubanks and, the impression him and his pops has left. Hey, man, that's out of my payload when it comes to interests. I don't know, man. They some different human beings, but I don't know, bro. I can't call it. I don't know how much the UK like or don't like them cats. I don't know. On a serious note, I hope it works out for Bomac, because that is surprising news, especially the person who's involved. Shaking my head. It is tough, man. That's a serious charge. You're talking about a minimum of 5 years, maximum 10 years. That's game changing. That's game changing right there. That is absolutely a game changer. But I'm like, I don't want to compare other Americans that have gotten in trouble abroad and have been able to come back. I'm just hoping, as many people that know him, I'm pretty sure he has some attorneys. I'm pretty sure people have been talking on the phone, this, that, and the other. It's difficult when you're just trying to scope this out from a distance. It's difficult from a remote position to try to figure out and put the pieces together. Like I said, we don't know if it was his gun or not. And how did the shit get over there in the UK? Did he come through? I mean, how did he even get through TSA to begin with? If that's his weapon, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they're gonna fingerprint the shit out that weapon and see if it's his fingerprints on there. If not, then I'm looking at them. They need to find out who would put the weapon in his suitcase and it's in his luggage. Shout out to Mr. Paz. What's good there, Mr. Paz? Haven't seen you in a minute, brother. Hope all is well with you. You feel me? Peace. W says, not the brightest decision by Bomac. Awful news. Yes, sir. I agree. But when you say not the brightest decision, right? That's only if he's guilty of doing it, though. One thing I can't do, man, I can't jump to conclusion because it looks very bad. We don't know if he's guilty or not. So if you're saying brightest decision, it's almost like you're already determining that he's with liability and he shall be punished to the fullest extent. We don't know if he's guilty or not. You know what I'm saying? We don't know this. That's what they have to determine. Is he guilty? The Outlaw Pews airport is probably the most strict airport I've ever been to. Very thorough searches. How did the suitcase get over there with the weapon to begin with? Because you need to find those people who did not discover this weapon en route. Upon departure, all of a sudden, he has a weapon in his luggage with ammo now. With ammo. Good thing it wasn't Russia, because if Griner got like 9 months for a vape pen, Bomac would have never seen the light of day with their laws in America. Yeah, it would have been bad. I mean, we can go to several countries that would have been extremely bad. You know what I'm saying? Extremely bad. I mean, they don't care what you've done in the U.S. And Brittany Griner is just one of those situations that worked out to her benefit. I don't know, man, but I'm not comparing Griner to Bomac. You know what I'm saying? I'm not comparing Griner to Bomac. Two different situations, in my opinion. A vape pen, it seems a bit innocuous, a lot. You know what I'm saying? Innocuous, comparable to, Bomac's situation, which is a lot more serious. Bo is a street smart dude. No way I would see this. Plus, Bo is trying to get citizenship in another country. Hey, like I said, let's not place judgment on Bomac until everything comes out. When they have some days to process this, you know what I'm saying? And somebody said this was a holiday. I don't think they celebrate Labor Day in the UK. I mean, it's a lot of countries that's a lot of foreign countries that don't celebrate our same holidays, man. It's unfortunate. Bomac, though, he's sleeping a slab. What does that have to do with the topic, though? What does it have to do with the topic? I'm just saying, y'all doing the same thing them other cats was doing, talking about weight and shit, when it has nothing to do with a gun charge, though. What does that have to do with a gun charge, though? I'm just saying. One thing is sure, he didn't need it to protect Bud from Spence in the rematch. But that was in country though. That was in Vegas, man. You know what I'm saying? Vegas that's a carry state. Oh well, they have open gun laws over there. Come on, that's why a lot of people over there. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people that's over there. Real talk. I've traveled through numerous states on planes with firearms. You have to declare the weapon when you arrive, and it has to be in a locked case. Yeah, everybody has their same protocol, but when it comes to traveling with a weapon, absolutely unload it. You know what I'm saying? In a case that locks, and you have to declare it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But obviously, this weapon was not in a case or not. I don't know. I can say it wasn't in a case because they found it with ammo and all that. But if the weapon was declared to begin with, he would have the paperwork for declaration. I don't think it was declared. And I don't know if he even took the weapon or knew the weapon was in his suitcase. So, you tread in these little dense waters right here with assuming that he had something in his suitcase. I'm definitely going to wait till everything comes out in the wash, man, because that's why I call it unbreaking news. This is unbreaking news. I'm not mentioning it first, but I'm very concerned, being that I've been in situations as a service member in other countries, and I've seen Americans, I've seen shit play out, fights. I've seen fights play out, and individuals, get arrested and miss going to work, and they have to be, they have to make some phone calls from over in these countries to be able to come back, because if you somehow miss the deployment date to go back to the States, right? UUA, it becomes bad from there. So if you're in a situation and they have to work it out with you to get released from over there, you're still going to face punishment once you get back to the duty station, wherever you at in Japan, wherever you at in Japan. You got to see the man. You got to come to the rig, stand on the carpet, as they call it, and you're going to be in trouble. I mean, that's just the way it is. And that happened a lot. You know what I'm saying? That happens a lot, bro. That happens a lot, man. We used to be, in Australia all the time. You know what I'm saying? Thailand, South Korea. Man, the shit didn't stop, man. The shit never stopped, man. The Libo, we couldn't wait to go on Libo. And the crazy part about it is that most of the time when service members got in trouble overseas is when other service members was fighting one another. Real talk. If this is a misunderstanding and he has a good solicitor, he'd be good. I have friends that have walked on gun charges due to certain complications. Okay. And you say you're over there in the UK. All right. Like I said, I'm not judging the man for doing anything, because that's the worst way to go. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's the worst way to go. People just finger pointing, and then come to find out you headed back to the States because of whatever the situation was that we don't know about. I mean, you can look paranoid as long as you don't goddamn walk up in the airport with that damn weapon in your shit. Shit, I look around too. I mean, hey man, hey, that's the world we live in, bro. Blunt's trolling, man. Blunt's trolling, man. Yeah, I hope so, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope so. I know it's a perfect window for y'all to, you know what I'm saying, troll Bomac for a situation. I mean, that's not something I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I know people taking the opportunity to believe it's gonna get me upset. It's not gonna. I mean, y'all the one up here trolling the man, but at the end of the day, that has nothing to do with the results of what happened. July 29th, because I know it's a lot of strays is coming over here pretending. They on the ghost accounts and they want to take this opportunity to troll them. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You take an opportunity. Spence couldn't beat him in the ring, so a lot of y'all take an opportunity for this time to talk shit. I get it, man. I do. Excuse me. I get it. It's not going to change the results though. July 29th is still going to be recorded as a loss for Spence. So y'all can go over here and talk about how his weight is, or what the same shit that Derrick James was doing, and then you also have to propose this question to James. Ask him what happened after he was talking shit. You know what I'm saying? It didn't change the outcome of the fight. So all the the aspersions that y'all kicking, trolling, hey, that's what y'all do. That's what y'all do, man. I'm not saying I don't troll people, but in this particular case, that's not what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? I got respect for the man. I hope he is absolutely exonerated from this. You know what I'm saying? I hope they find out that it wasn't what it seemed, and he's able to come back to the US, period. He said promote Bernie the boxer to the third trainer. And y'all really training. I thought we had some Crawford supporters over here. Y'all really trolling Bomac, huh? I got some people over here that's really trolling the shit out of Bomac. So WCS in the chat. Curfew in Korea was 3 to 5 a.m. They would just lock us in the club. So so right? You know what I'm saying? When I was over there, that shit was 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? That shit was 3 a.m. But we was in the streets heading back to the spot to head home. When the motherfucker was all out there. Hey. We started to give them that US goddamn Marine Corps speed on there. We started the boat. We said, no, let's not do that. We are in Korea. We are in Korea, and them dudes can run too. Real talk. Shout out to Lost All the Boxing. LAB on deck. He said, Bomac, keep that fire on him. Allegedly. Man, I swear to God. You know what I'm saying? When you got friends like this, who need enemies, man? Damn, this could be one of the most serious situations in boxing, man. We got people just trolling Bomac, man. You know what I'm saying? It's trolling. Y'all supposed to be goddamn on the black man's side. What happened to brother? I'm my brother's keeper, man. I'm my brother's keeper. I'm looking out for the black man. Man, y'all, this man can be over there for 5 years. And y'all up here trolling the man. Don't let me ever get in a situation where I'm on the news, man. Y'all gonna be on here lighting my ass up, man. They probably bet so much money on Liam. Can't wait for later live stream, because I know one of these aerosexuals will have something ridiculous to say about his situation. WC is gonna jump right on it. I'm not going to war with people who's talking about Bomac. Why would I go to war with people talking about Bomac? Bomac has his own situation. I'm just hoping the man be able to make it back. This is not my fight. What am I fighting for? I don't know the whole entire situation. I need more information. That's what I need. I can't go in here fighting blind. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, from what I hear on the surface, from what's been put out to the GP already, I can only take that and say, well, he got caught with a gun and he's confined right now in custody, and we have to see what plays out in upcoming days. They heavy and tracking all movements, guns over there. That Ish is fish, yo. Shout out to Conquest Man on deck. So I want to move off this subject because I know a lot of people invested. And the more and more I stay on the subject, the more and more people are going to start coming up with freaking stand-up material. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a comedy show. But let's talk about a situation that's playing out with Canelo Alvarez. All right. Canelo fired shots at Crawford. And this is not anything that's off limits. Like they're both boxers, champions, you know what I'm saying, pound for pound fighters. So Canelo Alvarez, who's sitting at 59-2-2, you know, one of the legends of this era, right? He's been on record as making some statements like he's pretty much being selective on who he chooses to fight. Demetrius Andrade was one of those guys who crashed the press conference. And, you know, Canelo didn't like it too much. He say, you know, yeah, you want payday. And people just ran with it like it was a whole nother word they never heard before. So that stuck with Demetrius Andrade for a long time, but he didn't get nowhere. He still haven't stepped in the ring. David Benavidez, he's been at one point in time said all this shit about Canelo. And you know, he was mad about the situation. And rightfully so. This is a competitive sport. But he didn't get any closer to Canelo Alvarez. Canelo has been in a position at this point in his career to pick and choose who he want to fight. So being that the big fight took place and Crawford became the reigning undisputed welterweight world champion, you know, you listen to what Canelo is saying. At first, he said he's not going to get any credit for Crawford. That's what Canelo words. I'm not going to get any credit for him. He's too small. And that was pretty much repeating, you know, what other certain fighters like Jermell Charlo was saying. Because Canelo wasn't the first person to say that. Jermell Charlo was over here bitching and whining and complaining to my, you know what I'm saying? He's too light and all that. The same shit, pretty much what Errol Spence said. This has a trickle-down effect that I just gave you. You feel me? It went from Canelo, Jermell Charlo to Errol Spence because Errol Spence has said the same thing about Crawford. He's too light in the ass. And then he found out that, you know, the shit he was worrying about was way off. So now we're looking at Canelo Alvarez, who's pretty much trying to denounce stepping into the ring with Crawford, right? Initially say, I'm not going to get credit because he was too light. But now he's talking about his resume. All right. So this is to certain fighters that seeing this play out for Errol Spence, it didn't work too well for him. It was the worst. Him and Derrick James was criticizing the resume and they went in there and got slaughtered. So now Canelo Alvarez has been on the radar of Crawford. He's been saying, I want to fight the winner of Crawford. I want to fight the winner of Canelo Charlo, right? And myself, I can't speak for others. Myself believe that Canelo is going to be the winner of that fight. And it'd be one of the biggest fights in boxing. Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Bud Crawford. Now Canelo is saying that he only fought one good, you know, one notable person on his resume, which now, without a shadow of a doubt, is Errol Spence. That's what Canelo is talking. That's Errol Spence right there. That is the one and only that he's talking about. One good fighter. One good fighter. That's it. He's fought one good fighter in his entire resume. That's what Canelo is talking about. So I take this route. I say if Canelo believes that he only fought one good fighter, then fight him then. Because he has the popularity, he has the momentum, he has the record. He's 40-0, right? He has the record. I mean, come on, man. He's on the pound for pound list like you were. You know? I mean, he has the credentials. But when it comes to Canelo, you have some people that's on your resume, like Rocky Fielding, that people would never understand either. Abner Yildirim, people won't understand why. You know what I'm saying? Does Daniel Jacobs, do you get credit for Daniel Jacobs, who lost to Gennady Golovkin, a guy that you beat? I mean, we can do the comparison analogies on and on. Half of the resume Canelo got was in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he might have started boxing at 15, but a lot of them fights, half his resume, 30 freaking fights. I think like 30 plus fights was in Mexico. I mean, how do we gauge that? Because for a while, people were saying that, you was in Ragu City. You was over there picking up opponents, fluffing, inflating your resume, and then you finally start to pick up names over in the U.S. You came over here and you fought Mayweather, and it didn't work out for you. You know what I'm saying? You came up in a losing effort. But see, the one thing Canelo has to understand is that the fighters that Crawford fought, that people felt that he shouldn't beat, he stepped up and beat them. The fighters that Crawford fought and they felt he should beat, he did what he's supposed to do to get them up out of there and get the victory. So is this fight going to be something that we see play out in upcoming months in 2024? We'll see, man. We have to just look at it from a perspective that Canelo just may be putting some fires out there and let them burn and let people add to it. I'm saying, smoke the place up. I'm saying, put their 2 cents in the shit. I'm saying, just be instigators, agitators on the sideline, and to see where it go. That's usually what boxers do. Okay, let's see how much people are going to call for this fight. Let's build this shit up. Let me talk some trash. You know what I'm saying? Because what we seeing with Canelo and Charlo, man, is boring as hell. It take me back to Canelo, Gennady Golovkin 2. Like, they wasn't even talking to each other. This is Canelo coming off the computer raw freaking scandal, and they didn't want to be in the same room with each other and all this other bullshit. I mean, and then you look at the build up to this next fight. I mean, nobody's looking for Mel Charlo and Canelo. They ain't talking shit to one another or nothing. But he said that Bud only fought one good person. Okay. That would make it even easier for you, just like Errol Spence. That would make it easier for you to go in there and prove to the people he's not on your level. That's all I'm saying. Should be that easy, bro. I'm just reading some of these comments. Man, y'all going in, man. He said chances Bomac get 5 years of release, trainer Derek James go trains Bud. Man, y'all are just going in, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are just going in. Y'all are ruthless, man. I wouldn't say y'all ruthless because y'all not really being ruthless. You know what I'm saying? But the society we live in, I swear to God. Hey, if you got these type of friends on this motherfucking board, who need enters? Y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. Y'all don't give a damn, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't give a damn. Y'all are going in. They talking about for none laughing, man. Hey, man, teach his own. People can laugh at what they want to laugh at. But listen, if we was over here laughing at the situation that played out, with certain individuals and their incidents in life, people be over here, putting up fire, steaming mad angry bird emojis and shit. Oh man, you're insensitive, man. You're insensitive. You know what I'm saying, bro? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why are you feeling the way you do? This feels like a setup. Bomac is smarter than that. Side note, Canelo just ripped Bud resume. Canelo said Bud hasn't fought anybody. He said he has one notable fight, which, once again, the same way we look at it with Spence, prove that he's not worthy to be in the ring with you. Because you know how I do it, right? You know how I do it. You know how I do it. That thinkers think. Salute to you being in the building. You know how I do it, think. You know where I'm about to go with this. Everybody in the chat understands where I'm about to go with this. I'm trying to stay away and not blast Cinnamon. But I'm saying to myself, what is the notable fighter that Jermell Charlo has fought? I'm talking about pound for pound. Can anybody enlighten me? You're about to step in there with Jermell Charlo. Is his resume better than Crawford's? I mean, I can share screen at any given time if this is going to be a topic, Canelo. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about who fought who, we can look at your resume and look at your opposition and see who they fought to boost that up. You just can't say just because they fought you, Canelo, that's where they at in life. No. Who has Charlo fought? Curious. Who has he fought? That's all I'm saying. Jason Rosario? Who? I want to know. You know what? I got time today. You know what I'm saying? Oh, good old Canelo. But, man, are y'all going to show any empathy for Bomac, man? Damn. Y'all are showing, y'all are bringing back, y'all are reaching back to your insensitive side. Shout out Patty on deck, man. They're going in on Bomac over here. I wish the man a safe return back to the crib, man. I got people in my chat, man. That's goddamn it. That's disappointing me, man. They're not even wishing the brother a safe return. He's American, bro. He just came off one of the biggest fights of this year. You know what I'm saying? In dominating fashion. Him and Bud Crawford, man. Y'all up here just trolling the man. That shit ain't cool, bro. But then, they'll look at me and say, well, the shit you did, people ain't cool. I get it, man. I don't need no counsel session. I get it, man. I don't need y'all hit me in the DM. Man, I don't know what you were talking about in there, man. You need to goddamn keep that shit a buck, nigga. And don't come in here with that soft ass shit, nigga. You know how we get down in the hottest chat in the game, nigga. It ain't just hot for who you want to be hot. It's hot for who we want to be hot. That's why we the hottest chat in the game, nigga. Stay level-minded, nigga. Stay level with that shit, nigga. Stay level with that shit, nigga. You sounding real soft out this motherfucker, nigga. What the fuck going on with you on this Monday, nigga, man? We don't want to hear this soft ass shit you talking, nigga. You giving people headstones and shit, man. You up here talking about, man, y'all up there trolling, nigga. Nigga, you don't troll some people too, nigga. Just to be clear. So let's look at Jermell Charlo, right? He's talking about Bud Crawford only fight one person. Brian Castano twice. Jason Rosario. Was Tony Harrison on the pound for pound list? What about Jorge Cota? Tony Harrison again. Do he get some credit for Austin Trout? Austin Trout was 31-4 when Mel Charlo fought him. What about Erickson Lubin? Lubin was 18-0. Not to mention, out of these opponents that I just mentioned, he's sitting out of the first 10. He's sitting at like 2 undefeated fighters. He was with Erickson Lubin and he's with Brian Castano. All right. Brian Castano coming off that Patrick Teixeira win. All right. It gets a little cloudy from here, y'all. Grab your scuba gear. Charles Hatley, John Jackson, Jaquim Monterosian, Lozano, Bellamy, Rosado. Come on there. Come on, Canelo. I know you ain't about to step in there with Charlo. And you talking about Crawford got one person on his resume, one opponent. Come on, man. Who the hell are these guys? But I respect it. I respect it because I'm looking at Charlo. He has one, all right, two, three, right? Four. He has 5 undefeated fighters on his resume. Out of 35 fights, 5 undefeated fighters. And those undefeated fighters, the most notable one that people would talk about most of would be Brian Castano. Erickson Lubin was undefeated, but he didn't have a belt. Brian Castano had a belt. You know what I'm saying? And we look at Brian Castano's record. He did defeat Patrick Teixeira for the WBO Super welterweight title in 2021. He does have Eris Landy Laura on his record, a draw. And then from there it gets very cloudy. Very, very cloudy. And you know what I'm saying? You want to call a Kuku Khan from Wakanda to help you swim through those waters and find out what you need to know. Then hear about it, fam. Let me see. Blunt's off topic. You see, I have a feeling he would get out fine. Sounds fish fry. Did we have him when he first got there? Huh? Sounds fishy. Did he have when he first got there? Hey, that's the information we're trying to find out, yo. Was I the only one that showed empathy? Cinnamon need the hot grease. Play the audio where he said that. Patty, what's good? I see you on deck. Chances Bomac gets 5 years in release. Conquest said, "Can someone say smear campaign with the directorial debut? They sound like they are being guided by a vet. I like to think." Did y'all see? Read that already? It's quite interesting, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? It's quite interesting. Everything is playing out. But one thing about he got the money, he should have an attorney. It's more people that know him, you know. So he should be able to get them to make that phone call to figure this all out. That's all I'm saying. He should be able to get somebody to figure this all out. Y'all hold on for a second. Hey man, it's the holiday, man. I want to hear what y'all got to say. And you know me, the link only gonna stay out there for a minute. But you know what I'm saying? It's the holiday. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all got your head right already. And I'm just curious of what y'all got to say about the situation, man. It can be about the topic. It can be anything that's going on in boxing, because boxing right now is kind of stale. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have the situations going on, little small fires here and there about potential fights that might play out. Yeah, we got the Eubanks situation and all that. That happened. He got the revenge stoppage. Truth be told, he got the revenge stoppage at the end of the day. We have the current situation going on with Bomac, which we want to wish that brother a safe return home. You know what I'm saying? We want to wish him a safe return home. But to all the people that's in the chat, you have been, turned up this morning. I cannot protect those who are on the topic. If they want to turn up, I cannot do nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I am not here to be people's papa. They set him up because why was it loaded? I'm hearing different reports about it being loaded. I heard that it was ammo, right? I heard that it was ammo, but I heard different reports. I heard one report that was loaded, because you got to understand media. Media will put shit out there to get you to tune in. And it may not be necessarily 100% true. You feel me? So that ammo being next to the gun in a suitcase, I don't know, man. You have to really be careful about assuming. You know what I'm saying? Making the ass out of two people. But the media is gonna eat this shit up now. The media is gonna eat it up. For real. Man, they let Manny Pacquiao in the Olympics for the Philippines at his age. You know what I'm saying? I guess Pacquiao want to get, the last man standing for the next Olympics, since they're going to do away with boxing. You know what I'm saying? Since they're going to do away with boxing. I'm not saying, I'm wondering, look, I'm curious of what weight Manny Pacquiao is going to come in at. First of all, I want to know what weight he's going to come in at. And what health, what health is he in right now? Manny Pacquiao is in his 40s. So I'm curious to know what weight he's going to come in to compete in the Olympics. And now, it's plenty of people, especially, when you talk about the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao is a household name. For him to compete in the Olympics or even make the Olympic team, that would be a trial in itself. Seriously, that would be a trial in itself, in my opinion. Well, let's see how the Canelo situation works out, man. I refuse to talk about what Shane Mosley's saying. I'm wondering what they're going to do with Alicia Baumgartner, too. We're still waiting on to see the after effects of what they're going to do with her for supposedly popping positive. We haven't heard any other information concerning Alicia Baumgartner's positive test, but we have heard Michaela Mayer go back and forth, talking about Baumgartner, because she's just mad, Baumgartner beat her. Of course, that's with any opposition. They're going to be feeling some type of way. If somebody beat them and then they pop positive, they're going to go in on them. That's just the natural thing to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they have Chris Eubanks. Like Chris Eubanks is all over. Like, damn. I don't know. Y'all heard Char versus Jarrell Miller in talks. You know what I'm saying? Jarrell Miller is still trying to recover from that New York situation where he just popped dirty and then lost out on millions, man. He's still trying to recover from that shit. But I wish him nothing but the best because I talked to him during that time. And I got to respect the brother who said he fucked up. You know what I'm saying? He told me to my face, he said, I fucked up. I can respect that. But it's still not going to basically heal the scar tissue that you're going to have for years of being a drug cheat. That's all. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be tough, bro. I like what Sean Porter said. Sean Porter was urging Keith Thurman to move up to 154, right? Questions his power. So that may possibly present us with a Sean Porter Keith Thurman 2. I don't know if people want to see that shit or not. A Sean Porter Keith Thurman 2. And then if he's urging Keith Thurman to move up to 154, I'm asking why haven't you moved up to 154? Because you fought at a heavier weight class in the amateurs. And all of a sudden, you have the Porter podcast going on, and you are, doing your commentating and stuff like that. Why haven't you moved up to 154? DSG has. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're gonna urge Keith Thurman to move up to 154, why haven't you? Why haven't Spence before now moved up to 154? Y'all procrastinated. You know what I'm saying? Shit is crazy, bro. It's this article. Charlo said he commend Crawford. He went in there and beat the big fish. Yeah, 1 minute he's commending Crawford, and the next minute he talking about, he need to worry about fighting Errol Spence, and he ain't gonna fight him and shit like that. Man, stay on track there, Charlo. If you're gonna commend him, commend him. If not, just leave it alone, dog. Just leave it alone. What y'all think about that? Have y'all heard anything else on Shakur Stevenson Frank Martin fight? Is it gonna be down here in the A? What's the deal? I'm just curious. What's the deal on that? It'll be a good fight being that Shakur Stevenson fought Jamel Herring down here at State Farm Arena. He returns with Frank Martin. I'm pretty sure they'll support him pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? They'll support Shakur Stevenson pretty decent down here. He's been down here. People got familiarization with him. If him and Frank Martin make that fight, cool. That'll work. We'll love for big time boxing to come back down here because we've been struggling. We've been struggling for big fights to come back down here to the A. Then we said is it actually true that the rematch is at 154 for Bud and Spence, bro? I saw people say it's at 154. So you basically repeated two things, that's the same. You say is it actually true that the rematch is at 154 for Bud versus Spence, bro? I saw people say it's at 154. Said it's going to be at 154, man. It's no way it can be at 147 due to all the bitching, whining, and queefing and goddamn snot bubble shit of that we've been having to deal with over here with Spence being weight drained. So I would highly suggest that the fight be at 154. You know what I'm saying? Just to calm the nerves and the fragile psyche of these aerosexuals. I want the fight to be at 154. Real talk. I want the fight to be at 154 because that wasn't the Spence. They say that wasn't him. Abel Sanchez said he looked like a skeleton. A skeleton now. They say the man looked like a skeleton. It wasn't him. It was a clone. So I want this fight to be at 154 because we have, I'm talking about the quota of the goddamn adult daycare went through the roof, man. The applications was out of this world. They had to turn down new memberships. It was just too many grown ass adults in there sucking on pacifiers, whining and crying about 147. So I really hope this shit takes place at 154 because it's just too much damn motherfuckers up here wearing huggies, grown adult huggy diapers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Sitting next to boxes of tissue, crying all fucking day. You got to give them adult pacifiers, feed them and shit. You got to take them back to the way it used to be. Heating up milk, Enfamil, all that, feeding them bottles of shit, you know, goddamn patting them on the back. It's okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Yeah, it's going to be okay. You're going to be all right. Goddamn, just shut the fuck up and goddamn drink this milk, nigga. You're going to be okay. Yeah, you are. Stop being a fuck nigga, all right? You know, you're going to be okay. Stop whining and bitching, okay? They're going to fight at 154. And they are, yeah, fuck nigga. I just told you, fuck nigga. They shut up and drink this ball of milk now because you got nap time coming up. Oh, okay. Man, they got to fight at 154. If this shit come back at 147, man, these cats are not going to be able to live. This fight has to be at 154 for various reasons. For the sanity of those who just can't stand it, that you know, Terrence Crawford won that fight. I want this fight to be at 154 so they can get the real arrow. You know what I'm saying? They can get the real arrow from Area 58 to come back to the ring and you know, fight to avenge the loss of his clone. You know what I'm saying? His clone was in there fighting. That wasn't him. That's not the one I'm used to seeing. That's what they said. That's not the one I'm accustomed to seeing. So just like Slim Shady, really, just give me a little bit more. Will the real Errol Spence please stand up? Please stand up. That's what I want to see. Seriously, that's what the fuck I want to see right there. The real Spence, please stand up. Because these motherfuckers up here talking about that wasn't the one they used to custom to. That wasn't the real one. That was a clone. That didn't look like him. All this weight drain shit, man. 154 is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I think since they have the 154, no titles on the line, man, bump it up even more. Give him another 3, dog. Give him another 3, man. You know what I'm saying? Do it at a catch weight. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take extreme measures on this shit. Give him another 3 pounds, goddammit. Do it at 157. Just to appease these crying ass damn aerosexuals. Give him 157. So the fight can be damn near middleweight, goddammit. So we can stop all the madness. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Placate these motherfuckers, man. That's all I can say. That's all I can say, man. Let the rematch between these guys both be beneficial on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And they fight at the catch weight. Just give them 3 more pounds. 154, they might still say that's a little bit close to 147. You know, he's still gonna be weight drained. He's been in 147 for so long, man. Goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Appease these fuck niggas, man. For real. I'm tired of hearing them motherfuckers goddamn whining all the time, man. It's Labor Day and they probably still whining right now, drinking early in the morning and shit. Goddamn whining, dog. I had a bitching and complaining about shit. I ain't never heard so many excuses about a fighter losing in boxing history, dog. So yeah, have it at a catch weight. Fuck it. Have this shit at catch weight. Spence sent a high brain damage clone. Can't make this shit up. I know, man. I mean, who had look, let's be honest, the thinkers think, right? If you look at the scenario, right? If indeed there was a clone in there, the clone would not have had residual neurological damage. That is a fact. Only the real Spence would have had residual neurological damage if they trying to place that upon him. So the clone was of a clear bill of health, if you understand what I'm saying. He was an absolute clear bill of health stepping into that ring. The clone was free. He never been in an accident. The clone was a clone. So I want to present this to you. Is it true that Terrence Crawford may have fought a clone that was 100% healthy and fit for duty to step in there? And we also have to ask this question. If he is a clone, that means he picked up all the skills from the original Spence to step into the ring. So pretty much, if I'm really doing my research to reach back, I'm saying that he fought the Spence before the accident. Isn't that what a clone? Isn't that what he fought the Spence before the accident? Because what they're saying is there's some internal damage, but a clone is not going to have that type of damage. A clone is going to be healthy, free of any type of residual effects from CTE, any type of physical damage that might happen. Crawford may have just fought the best Spence. That's the clone that we seen. And really, the real Spence, he wasn't capable of coming to the ring at that time. So if odds have it, the real Spence showing back up, the fight's not going to last longer than 3 to 4 rounds. That's just the fucked up part about it. Because the clone's supposed to be the one that's healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be the one before the accident. That's supposed to give us a full head to toe, clean bill of health, strong, vibrant, physical domineering. That's what that shit's supposed to be with a clone, right? And then not to mention, when they clone these motherfuckers, right? Like they make these hybrids, they add some shit. So what if they added some extra shit in the clone to make him even that much better? And then Crawford still made him look like he wasn't supposed to be in the ring with him. Oh, that's dangerous, man. That shit is motherfucking dangerous right there. Wow. So you're trying to tell me Crawford may potentially have beaten the best out of the two of the Spence. You know what I'm saying? The clone and the real one. The real one was up there, you know what I'm saying, getting tested, got the tubes hooked up to him and everything, being monitored, you know what I'm saying, while they trying to bring him back to a certain level. But the clone was out there. They put the clone in there to kind of gauge and collect data from Crawford in that fight to see what they had to do to the real one for the rematch. God damn it, I broke the motherfucking case. I have broken the case wide open. Now I get it. Aerosexual, you need to think about what I'm saying, right? Because you're the ones that's up here saying that wasn't the one, that wasn't the real one. So I'm explaining to you, if by chance that wasn't the real one, but it was the better one, you still up the creek. You SOL, because pretty much Crawford beat the best Spence out of the two. And the one that they're trying to repair at Area 58 doesn't stand a chance. Damn. So I'm looking at it like this. I did send an extraction team out to Area 58. I might need to get my people and tell them to return the real Spence back up there. And let's just work on the clone that was in there July 29th. That is the only way I can kind of see this being fair. If the real Spence shows up to the rematch, not understanding what the clone experienced in the ring, we might be looking at tragedy, y'all. We might be looking at a situation where it might be detrimental for the average viewers. We may need to up the age limit for this rematch if the real Errol Spence, because he don't know. He wasn't there to feel and engage, what Crawford was delegating in the ring. He didn't do it, but the clone did. The clone can sit next to the real Spence and explain to him everything that he experienced in the ring. And still, the real Spence don't really get it. He doesn't. He don't know because he hasn't really been paying attention. He hasn't been watching film. He hasn't been doing shit. They just been doing testing and putting all this shit in his system. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I'm telling you, if we get back to Spence heading this rematch and that motherfucker built, his physique is muscular. You know what I'm saying? He has increased muscularity and density and striations and all this shit. And that motherfucker coming there shredded. I'm telling you, that's the motherfucker they done had in the lab, y'all. I'm not bullshitting y'all, man. That's the one they had in the lab. I'm hoping this shit is the case right here, because we had these aerosexuals just going around here, just seeming like their mental state is just out of control. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Now it makes sense. All the cloning accusations and all that. Now it makes sense. But me, I'm looking at this from a logical standpoint to make this fight fair on the rematch. That if the clone was the one who fought Crawford, the clone should be the one that returned for the rematch. Seriously. Because he can go back to the lab with all the data that they have on him, and they can improve the areas that he was deficient in. They can increase his speed. I think the calibration was off on when they was creating this motherfucker, that they got the speed off because he looked awful slow, right? Also, they need to work on his ankles and his calf muscles. They need to basically induce some fast twitch fibers and allow them to move just a little bit quicker. You know what I'm saying? Just get that agility going and shit like that. You can't make this motherfucker up now. They need to work on his motherfucking movement, his footwork. They need to inject some Sugar Ray Leonard, some Pernell Whitaker. I'm pretty sure y'all have some DNA on there, some bone marrow. You need to goddamn work on them ankles, them calf muscles, work on those fast twitch fibers, man, and get this motherfucker moving around the ring. You need to put that Larry Holmes jab in that. You know what I'm saying? Put that Larry Holmes jab in there. Or send us a special forces team to Omaha, Nebraska, while Bud Crawford is sleeping. Have somebody creep in through the bedroom window, right? And you got to get him after he done worked out now. Make sure he's crazy, fatigued, tired, sleepy, drowsy. You know what I'm saying? You might want to bring the rag with you. Bring the white rag over there. Put it over his mouth. Hurry up, because he got down, wake up and catch you in full strength. He going to slam you on the motherfucking head. Okay, go in there while he's sleeping. If you can extract some of that bone marrow out of that right hand of his now, we might be on to something. If you're able to basically extract some bone marrow out of his right hand, his right arm, and put that into the clone, then that jab might be just what we was looking for. You know what I'm saying? Find a gorilla and goddamn extract some shit out them, because them motherfuckers are strong as hell. Goddamn, try to get some cadaver shit from goddamn the silverbacks, inject that shit in him. You know what I'm saying? Do some surgery on that. I'm thinking we're looking at an upset, man. Real talk. If we can make all that shit work and take some of the strength that Crawford had and this fight on July 29th, and be able to get some of his DNA, inject that into Errol Spencer's right hand, get his foot movement, work on that mobility, speed. Oh man, we might be looking at a trilogy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. For real. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's what we need to do. Can't make this shit up, dog. All that shit I just told you, that's real life shit. When I close my eyes, that's what I fucking see. I'm not bullshitting. That's what I see right there. These motherfuckers go around here talking about that was a clone. Now I'm on board with that shit, because you're right. That shit was a fucking clone. So we should leave the real Errol Spencer in. I thought extracting him would be nice, but he really don't know what it is to fight Crawford. He didn't know. He didn't feel the punches. Only the clone was getting his ass off the canvas. Only the clone. So the clone, we have to work with the data that we have with the clone, and inject that shit in him and get him stronger. He had plenty of time now. I cracked the motherfucking case. I feel good this Labor Day. You know what I'm saying? Because Labor Day is all about the workers. You know what I'm saying? I feel good. I put in a little bit of work and cracked the code. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. This shit is on point, man. Data analysis, that shit's on point now. Look at shout out to True Media Today, USA Boxing. What's good with it? What's good, Coach? Salute to you. Justin Book on that. I see you. What's good? Jamal Neezy in the building. What's good, that Neezy? W says, I heard some rumors Spence on leaving Derrick James. Imagine if that's true. Would be such a huge dagger in James' heart. Well, from what it seems, what I just finished explaining to you, that Mr. Pass is that, come to find out, Errol Spencer's already left Derrick James. Derrick James is in there with a clone. You know what I'm saying? So the separation has been there leading up to this fight, July 29th. So therefore, that we witnessed what played out. Derrick James was looking at Errol Spence like that because he knew he was a clone. He really didn't give a fuck about the nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was standing him the way he was. That's why I did a live on it. I say now, I got to put the pieces together. Why he looking at that nigga the way he doing? He was looking at him because he didn't have no connection with him. He knew the real Spence was out there, Area 58, getting worked on. They had to keep him in seclusion so it wouldn't be two of them out here. You know what I'm saying? Spence felt some type of way because that clone was going to be dating this girl and going out to the bar and all that. And that wasn't him. I know that shit, man. It's just fucked up. It really is. It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It took me a little bit to figure this shit out. But now I know why Derrick was looking at him the way he was, like he was trash, because he didn't know the nigga he was looking at. He said, God damn it, I was telling you shit, but okay, I understand you didn't know what the fuck I was talking about because me and you don't have a relationship like I do with the real Spence. We don't have that relationship. So it's going to be a gap there. It's going to be something. It's going to be areas that we can't relate to. You know what I'm saying? His pops didn't bring me you. He brought me the real Errol Spence. He didn't bring me you. So, nigga, I don't know you. I'm telling you shit to do in the fight. And I guess, man, a lot of data that they put in, it wasn't working. That's the only thing I can say. That's the only place I can go with this. Spence said the high brain damage clone can't make this shit. No, I don't think the clone was brain damaged, bro. It took me a little bit of time to figure this shit out, right? So when let's just look at the picture, the aspect of the picture, right? Hold up, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. This is what. Let me go back. Hold up. I'm gonna show y'all something like that. Where is it? Let me find something right quick, because it's all coming to me. It's all coming to me right now, right? So where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Okay, we're almost there. Hold on. We're almost there. We gotta crack the code. And then like code cracking codes, code cracking. You know what I'm saying? Okay. This picture right here, y'all. This picture right here is what have them all up in arms. So you got this. The clone is out here. What they didn't expect is that when the clone was out here, the batteries that they had in the clone, that shit wasn't giving them the amount of hours it's supposed to. So when you see the droopy eyes, like you see right here, in the after effect, all that is, that type of material that they had, man. You know what I'm saying? The AI shit that they got out there, it was a work in progress, man. The motherfucking robot, the clone was freaking working in overtime. The batteries they had in this motherfucking and shit. Cause look, we ain't talking about just no human clone off the human shit, the DNA. They putting some other electronic shit in here. You got the neural link that's out there. I'm pretty sure the clone had the beginning stages of the neural link, but that shit was running on low batteries. That's why, the clone Spence was up here with droopy eyes. They say he was high on painkillers. No, the battery was just fucked up. That's all. They trying to work out all the goddamn shit with the battery and electricity and the energy levels. Give them time, man. And see, I'm figuring all this shit out. You know how he got the tattoos? You see the tattoos on there and shit? The reason why he got all that to cover up all the places where them tools was linked up to him and they was leaving scars because they was goddamn hitting that motherfucker with pulsing electricity and shit to get certain areas to light up, to shock the clone and to get him ready. You know what I'm saying? They was injecting certain shit in there on his chest and all that, and they didn't want the public to see it, so they put them tattoos on. I don't know who the tattoos are. I really don't. I don't know who that is. But I know he didn't have them for the Ugas fight. He didn't have them for the Ugas fight, for real. So I'm just telling y'all this information that I thought would be essential moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, I mean, we in for a treat, y'all. Real talk. When it comes down to this, we in for a motherfucking treat, y'all. I just think the real spin should stay put, stay in that room. You know what I'm saying? Continue to enjoy the life. Be able to assess what's going on here in the real world with your clone. And then when it's all said and done, do a documentary on it and pretty much get paid for that shit. You know, let people know that never was me. So for y'all up here thinking that Crawford beat me, the aerosexual was trying to tell y'all that wasn't me. I was communicating with the aerosexuals on the dark web, Twitter, and the black Twitter account. And y'all didn't know that, but I was keeping them informed of everything. That's why they kept going in on Crawford, because they know he wasn't fighting me. Revelation TV, what's good? I'm just saying, Jessica, why they can't figure this shit out on their own, man? They say the real clone. You know, for a minute they were saying, I'll say, no, hell no, man. Let me do some more research on this, man. Let me do some research. Or am I seeing what? Can I see what they seeing? They say that wasn't a real Spence. They got to upgrade the clone, make him a switch hitter like Bud. See, now we thinking. Now we are thinking, people. We have to upgrade with the same strengths that Crawford displayed in there. They have to put that damn countering chip in there. Whatever they can do, they need to put that data in there. They need to download that data and allow him to have counter punching ability. They need to teach him how to box off the back foot. They need to get that shit straight now. They need to get that shit straight. They need to get that shit straight. Seriously. They got to work on them fast twitch fibers. They got to improve his mobility. They have to find some way, see if Sugar Ray Leonard can give you some DNA voluntarily. And y'all need to put that shit in. Give him that Sugar Ray hand speed, man. Give him that Pretty Boy Floyd. You know what I'm saying? That defense Pretty Boy Floyd had. You know what I'm saying? That ring IQ. Put that shit in there. If you're going to make a hybrid, fuck it. Go all the way in, goddammit. Go all the way in. Spence fan logic confused me. They want us to give him credit for doing heavy lifting when it was the heavy lifting that froze Bud out in the first place at the welterweight light. WTF. You have to examine it this way, 47. And you make some sense. You make sense in what you're saying. But everything happens for a reason, even though it sounds cliche. Everything happens for a reason in this case. Because if the man was saying that he was going to take the easy route, let him do what the easy route consists of. Go in here and collect the belts that he felt that it was going to be easy for him, knowing that Terrence Crawford is sitting as the last man standing. If I'm Terrence Crawford, why interrupt the process? Work smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? Let this clone go through and scoop up the titles. I'm talking about the clone who fought for the WBA title. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a trial period right there. The clone was in there fighting for the WBA title just to see where he was at, just to work out all the kinks. That's why his mouthpiece was all over the place. And you know, when you're dealing with AI and cloning, the motherfucker's gonna lose track and lose focus. That's why the motherfucker went up there and started looking for a mouthpiece, because that mouthpiece had a GPS in that bitch. And something triggered him internally, say, damn, you know, the alarm started going off. Mouthpiece removed, mouthpiece removed, mouthpiece removed. He went looking for the shit. That's all. That was a trial period for the clone. And then the clone came back and said, you know what? This is your opportunity to shine right here. This is your opportunity to shine. They didn't know that the motherfucking battery power was low and all that other shit was going on. They've been using the fuck out this clone, doing all those interviews. Motherfucker in the back, goddamn talking for him. Man, you ain't fought nobody. It wasn't the fact it was slurred speech. That wasn't it. It was just the Wi-Fi connection wasn't all that. You know what I'm saying? They was talking. Somebody was talking for the nigga, and it sound all drowned out and stuff because it was just, the Wi-Fi was bad. They was doing this over Wi-Fi. They still working out the kinks, y'all. That's all. Errol faked an eye injury to duck an old Pacquiao. I don't think he did that now. I don't think he ducked that now. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he did, y'all. The clone destroying the real EJ girlfriend in bed. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Neezy. Hey, what it's like to be up there in a confined area, restricted area, knowing that a clone out here banging out. Hey, a clone out here banging out, dog. Hey, EJ up there telling the goddamn all them scientists and shit. Man, y'all didn't put this in the motherfucking contract, man. That shit fucked up, man. That's my girl, dog. Oh, shit. Nigga, you didn't tell me he was gonna get access to my chick, dog. God damn. That bug up there mad than a motherfucker. Clone up there saying, damn, I'm liking this life, man. Shit. Keep on downloading this data, man. God damn. The clone, man, said, hey, don't never bring that nigga back out to reality. Keep him in there long as possible. God damn, I'm enjoying this life. Shit. Me and her going over to Dubai again. When we get back from Spain, we going right back over to Dubai. God damn it. You say you put that weight loss freaking chip in me? I'll be able to cut weight without only 2 weeks? Okay, cool. See, they was testing out that motherfucker on the week of fight week. To the extreme, y'all. They say, hey, this motherfucking, he can get through it, dog. They was taking it to the extreme. They said, if he can get through all this, this is our guy right here. We're going to go to the top. When we get to 54, we can go to the top. 60, 68. Hey, the sky's the limit, goddammit. By getting my haircut, I overheard Derrick James say that he had the firearm secretly placed in Bomac's bag to get him back. Damn, man. So you said Derrick James schemed, plotted. You saying the man was plotting Bomac's demise? Damn, man. Y'all are on some other time right now. Damn, Jessica say the clone should have had a tune-up. No, man. That's the original Spence talking about. You know what I'm saying? It gets no tune-ups, man. The clone is built different. Think about this, Jessica. The preservation of the clone, he don't have the wear and tear on his body. He wasn't at the 2012 Olympics. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing all that shit. The clone body is preserved. Yordenis Ugas was the tune-up, man. That's why he looked shaky in there. They was trying to collect all the data and do all the processing and see what they had to change out after the fight. Now, come on there. Let me explain something to you. This is including everybody that's in the chat. Do you think the original EJ would have been able to swell up Yordenis Ugas eye the way he did? Come on, man. Look, the gloves wasn't loaded. It was just they gave him extra power, like extra strength to be able to land those shots like that. That's why Ugas said to himself, like, damn, this something ain't right. My eye never, something ain't right. Nah, makes sense. They was testing out that shit, man. And you know, when you're dealing with cloning and giving people, extra ability to AI and all this other damn scientific type of research that they're doing, you're going to get results like that. He damn near caused Ugas to lose his eye, man. because Ugas did not know that he was fucking with a clone in that bitch. Ugas was fighting a clone, y'all. But does that make Terrence Crawford the clone killer? Dun 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 dun. Does that make Crawford the clone killer? No, say it ain't so, man. Crawford is the clone killer. Did they get caught lacking on the data? Did Crawford have them all fooled like that leading up to this fight? That they did not input the right amount of data in this clone to go in there and shock the world? Now it all makes sense. I am not lying to you. Now it makes all the sense in the world. Crawford, at this point, is considered the clone killer because the aerosexuals say that wasn't anyone that they ever seen in that body, in that physical. Now, that's not him. That's not him. Come to find out, them niggas was talking to him from behind the scenes, dog. Locking up Bomac supposed to slow down Crawford training session. Man, the conspiracy is in, dog. The clone had to be made in 6 weeks when EJ had that rib injury. Now, I think the clone was already here with Udenis Ugas, right? I think the one that had the rib injury was not the clone, because clone, their healing properties is a lot more extensive than, the human tissue. So their healing properties, that rib wouldn't have been a problem. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just a rumor mill of them doing freaking research, trying to input more data, just trying to calibrate it. When you're dealing with this computer technology, you have to calibrate some shit. You have to do some configurations. You have to continue to work on this shit. And truth be told, man, it's not easy, especially in a combat sport. You want it to seem believable. It's like say for instance, you don't want to download too much in Errol Spence's jab, because if it goes in there and it's not believable, people start to question, and then they start to get people together and say, we need to conduct a federal investigation on to see if something else is going on with Diddy James, you know what I'm saying, and his prototype type clone. You know what I'm saying? They try to keep it on the wraps as possible. So they put him in there, and they wanted to make it seem believable what that with Ugas. That's why he was taking a little bit of punches the way he was. Okay. But they fucked up with Crawford because they thought they can use just a little bit more data than they had with Ugas, believing that, oh, well, Errol Spence ain't fault. Terrence Crawford ain't fault nobody like Errol Spence. But they fucked up. They didn't put enough data in there, man. When you in there working with them high-end people, them scientists in those labs and all that, man, you got to get your shit together. They fucked up. The aerosexuals, man, they need to talk to them motherfuckers, man, because they're looking real bad as a group, as a unit. They're looking real bad right now. Spence is the Dragon Ball Z crowd chamber right now. Hey, man, I just want them to get them configurations. You know what I'm saying? I want them to get them configurations done. The clone fights better than Spence, so he's scared to tell him to stop banging her. Damn, man. Why are you focused on breaking up a happy house and home, man? Jamal, if you put those accusations out there, right? Now comes in the question of whose kid is it? Did they allow the clone to be able to, produce semen? If they did, somebody need to go see Maury. Well, his assistant. Somebody need to go see Maury, because I'm telling you, man, that baby's about to start jumping on top of buildings and shit and doing unbelievable stuff. The baby's gonna try. Hey, I want to be a boxer at the age of 12, professional. Now you're too young. I can do it. Believe me. My pedigree is certified official. They built me from the ground up, god damn it. My development phases was done behind the scenes. I am him. Believe me. Just give me the opportunity. No, you're too young. Your birth certificate say you're 12 years old. You can't do it. Hey, put me in there with anybody right now. The clone had no ribs created in the cloning process. The rib injury prevents sparring was just a cover up. Damn, man. Y'all put the pieces together. See, man, hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. Goddamn Netflix, man. We broke the code, man. Come on, give us a series, man. It's about time. Give us a series, Netflix. Stop fucking with us now. Get on the phone, man. 555-666-7777. Come on, get on the phone, man, so we can make this shit work. We need a Netflix series. We broke the motherfucking case. Not to take nothing away from Crawford, though. He's a 2-time undisputed. But we should do a Netflix series called Clone Killer. Because all they talking about is like these clones are invincible. No, we witnessed the clone killer July 29th. We witnessed it. We broke the motherfucking case. We got the evidence right here, right now. God damn it. We seen everything play out. The nigga was looking at him because he knew that was a motherfucking clone. I should have known this when I did the live stream. I'm kicking myself, man. I say, God damn. I knew this nigga was looking at him a certain way. I knew it. He was jealous that he was goddamn looking at that clone. Diddy was jealous, man. Come on, y'all. Now it all makes sense, man. Look at him. Who looks at a human being like that, y'all? Look at him. Look at him. He said, God damn it. Look at Diddy. He said, nigga, I don't know you. Who you? Who is you? You waste my fucking time, dog. I thought they had all the goddamn shit put together, clone. The fuck? You're making us look bad out here, man. See, at that point in time, Diddy James wanted to drop the hammer on their ass. He wanted to expose them. He wanted to snitch right at that moment. He's like, no, man, you ruining my reputation. Fuck that, nigga. I put all this work and effort and y'all didn't put the right calibrations. This was my moment to shine. We go ahead and upset Crawford. God damn it, we become undisputed. We on cloud 9. But what was these guys? How long they been working on this project? That's what Diddy's saying. Look at this shit. People up here saying that, hey, ain't nobody seen my fighter get beat up like this. And you send a clone in here and he get beat up worse than my fighter ever been beat up in his career? I'm Diddy James, bitch. Ask somebody, I'm Diddy James. Bitch, who you fucking with? Tell them to stop it, man. Stop it. Hey, Jamal, stop being a fucking instigator, bro. Stop it, man. The clone is never 100% the original. Always something wrong with it. Humans cannot copy God's work. Oh my God. King 47 bringing God into this. God has nothing to do with this creation, man. God had nothing to do with a clone creation. Come on, man. This is Labor Day. Put the work in, labor. Come on, man. Don't bring religion into this. Look, when God was doing his thing back in the day, it wasn't a clone that convinced Eve to goddamn believe the serpent and take the fruit which it was forbidden to eat and give it to Adam. That didn't have shit to do with AI. They didn't even have none of that back then. Hell, when I was coming up in my younger years, we didn't have computers and shit like that. We knew who we was talking to. We knew. Okay, that's so-and-so right there. Okay, cool. It wasn't no cloning Tyrone back then. But now it makes sense. Come on, Netflix. Give me a call now. I gave you the number 555. You know what I'm saying? 666-777. God damn it. Call up any given time, we need to get this on the screen. Ain't no way in hell that made it over there with a damn gun and TSA not be alerted. I know, man. We have to wait for the information to come out, man. Even if he did, they owe the same. It's big time for them. Billions of dollars military support we giving them. Hey, man, we gotta see if it's even his weapon. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gotta do. We gotta see if it's even his weapon. Real talk. Man, we got religion in here. Now we got people bringing in Biden and what he should do for the 2024. What y'all should be concerned about, Kendall. At the end of the day, if this clone is not able to show up, they're gonna postpone the fight now. For real. So they're gonna postpone the fight. So it's gonna be enough time to get it together. I think postpone the fight. And inputting that data, that brand new update, making the essential updates that clone need. I think that's going to be what we need for an epic return, man. You know, Crawford gets Crawford, you know what I'm saying, Terrence Bud Crawford, aka the clone killer. He's going to have an opportunity to face the best clone. You know what I'm saying? The best Errol Spence Jr. clone 2.0. Again. Let's see if they're able to get the configurations correct. Let's see if he can go to the 12th round. If that clone isn't able to go to the 12th round with Crawford, I'm putting all the damn blame on the aerosexuals for being useless. Because you said all this shit, but yet you couldn't contribute to bringing in the perfect clone to beat a fighter that you despise so much. All right? Do your motherfucking job next time. You know what I'm saying? Do less lives. And do more behind the scenes so we can make this fight happen. It can be competitive. That's what you need to do. If that's not the guy you know, and that was a clone, that wasn't Errol Spence, well, guess what? You need to do what it takes to goddamn put provide your input and what you've seen in the fight so they can improve those areas. Because y'all boxing experts, right? Get down to it. Y'all boxing experts, get down to it. Find out the areas that need improvement and get that shit popping, bro. That's what I'm dealing with. Yes, sir. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see right there, bro. But man, y'all hold the shit down, man. Enjoy your Labor Day. I got things to do, people to see, and places to go. And one of those places, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna keep this shit to myself, people. Seriously, I was gonna keep it to myself, but I'm going out to Area 58 because I had to pay a little money, but you know what I'm saying? Spence put me on the goddamn visitation list. I'm going out there and kind of get some info so I can talk about it later today. Real talk. I'm going to go out there and ask him some questions, man. How has things been? You know, has his life changed for the out here? Don't worry about his girl. You can get plenty of them when you get out. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to get his take on what he's seen in the fight. You know what I'm saying? What he's seen. Has he talked to Derrick James, you know, since that fight or whatever the case may be? And how much longer does he have? Is he going to make his debut at 160 pounds? He's just going to sit out until all the recovery's been completed? We don't know. But until next time, man, shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. You already know. A-side official. Stop tripping. I'm out.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best, you gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.